Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about my predictions for the constructor standings of the Formula 1 2024 season. Let's dive into it because I've taken my time with it. So on 10th place I'm gonna put Haas. There are reports from the winter testing that Alpine is the worst car on the grid, and there are many engineers that have been fired or are about to be fired, I don't know. But I really cannot believe that they are that bad. So I'm gonna go with Haas. They have had Steiner leaving, so we don't know about the new leadership. Also, the car is bad. Like they haven't had a good season in years. Uh, they are like constantly on the lower end of the standings. So I have no reason to believe it's gonna be better this season, and I think that if they do something good in the future, it will take them some time, right? So even though they have two solid drivers, uh, good midfielders in my opinion, they might pull off a good qualifying result like they did in 2023, but I don't expect any miracle from them. Let's not forget that they said it themselves that they're gonna be bad before the winter testing. So yeah, I'm gonna take their word for it. So on ninth place, well, I said they're not the worst car on the grid, but they are second to worst, and it's gonna be Alpine for me. I mean, I don't want to say it, but Renault or Alpine or whatever, they're turning into a meme team, and that's a title that belongs to Haas, and it's gonna be hard to get. Uh, they have two solid drivers once again. Young drivers, they really want to do something more in the sport. They are thirsty for wins and stuff, but that's far away. So they will be counting a lot on a miracle performance from their drivers to do it. But let's not forget that Ocon and Gasly have a history of crashing into each other, so they'll have to fix that too. And yeah, I expect Alpine to be ninth, and I don't know, maybe be better next season. We'll see. So on eighth place, I'm gonna put Sauber. Call them whatever you want. I'm gonna call them Sauber. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna put Sauber. I don't expect them to have made any huge steps since last season. I think that they tend to focus on 2026 more and more every day. These regulations are something they just have to get through it. They'll they'll try to make the best out of it, but I don't expect any miracles from them. If anything, they'll keep their money and invest them in 2026 because they're really counting a lot on this season and the new regulations. They're gonna be named Audi. It's gonna be the Audi F1 team. It's not just a name, actually, engine and everything. And yeah, they're keeping the same drivers. They're good, but nothing, too spectacular. And yeah, I don't have any huge expectations from Sauber this season. So next on the list, I'm gonna put Williams. And honestly, James Vowles has been doing a great job at Williams. I'm really impressed by his work ethic, especially you can see it on Netflix, Drive to Survive. And I think he can help the team to evolve in the future, but I think there is not enough resources in the team to make a huge step and beat the teams that will be in front of them. Um, I don't think they're gonna be able to challenge Aston Martin and other teams. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in seventh, but maybe a bit more comfortably than last year. Next, it's gonna be the sixth place, and for me, sixth is gonna be Aston Martin. Yes, they have made a huge step in 2023. They might even get a podium this year, but I really think that I don't know. They lack experience in fighting at the front. I think it's that, and maybe they have taken everything they could, or the most they could, out of their design, out of their concept. So I think that we won't see the performances we've seen from them last year, and I expect them to be sixth. On fifth place, I'm gonna put VCARB or RB, or I don't know how to call them anymore. And honestly, I think that the fact that they're gonna buy whatever they can from Red Bull, and it's gonna be basically a modified RB19. It's gonna help them to, maybe fight higher up the grid. They might get podiums. I would expect them to get a few podiums this year. Good old Soy from Daniel Ricciardo. I expect that one to happen a few times. I think that this team is gonna surprise us all with their performance, but in a way it's gonna be expected because they will get all these parts from Red Bull. So yeah, I expect them to be fifth on the standings at the end of the year. So on fourth, I'm gonna put McLaren. I expect them to fight for podiums earlier than last year, but honestly, after the winter testing, I felt like they weren't 100% pleased with what they brought on track. They have to evolve a bit. They have to bring a few more upgrades, but I don't expect them to be, down below the grid at the very first few races. But they won't be podium contenders right away, so they will lose a few points there. On third place, I'm gonna put Mercedes. Honestly, I think it's gonna be close between them and Ferrari, and maybe even McLaren. But I'm gonna put them third because I think that we've all seen that they've sort of ended their season, the 2023 season, on a low. So they were losing performance compared to Ferrari and McLaren. Actually, McLaren really, jumped all of them, and they were struggling a bit during the end of the season, and also they've changed a lot their concept, which might help them actually, and maybe very strong, But I actually think that when you make so big changes on your car and change the concept so radically, it's gonna take some time to take the full performance out of this new concept, and during that time, you're gonna have Ferrari gaining all those points, and that leads me to the next part of my video, where I'm gonna say that I think that Ferrari will be second. Well, the report from the winter testing said that Ferrari is strong. Leclerc said that the car does what he wants it to do, so that's a good sign, and it wasn't the case last year apparently, so that's a big improvement. Their race pace seems to be better, or at least that's what we all think, that's what they think. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe they sacrificed the qualifying pace a little bit, but if it's gonna be better overall, then yeah, bring it on. So yeah, I have faith in Ferrari this year. We have two good drivers. Unfortunately, one of them, actually not, no, it's not unfortunate that Sainz will depart, because we're gonna have Hamilton coming in. So yeah, that's exciting, but that's another video. Yeah, so we have two good, solid drivers. Leclerc, who is our wonder kid, and Carlos can definitely play second. That's what I want him to do at least. And then yeah, hopefully in the next years, it's gonna be our year and maybe win a title, but not this year. This year, I expect, as many of us do, that Red Bull will dominate again. Hopefully, they will win a few less races, and maybe Ferrari or other teams get a few more wins and make it a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging. A few races is all we ask, just a bit more of a better show overall, because I do think that Red Bull will dominate. I expect that Verstappen will dominate. I don't know if Checo will get a couple of wins this season, because I think that his confidence is probably at an all-time low, so that will affect him, and yeah, maybe he will be dropped mid-season, but we'll see. So these were my predictions for the constructors standings of this season. Hopefully we're gonna have a good one. And yeah, let's enjoy it. F1 is back, baby.